In today's Poppin podcast, real people, real issues, and real talk. Two local mental health advocates are on a mission to destigmatize mental health, start real conversations, and share stories of resilience. Licensed professional counselor Karla Hutcherson and entrepreneur and author Brandi are here to take us behind the mic of their Mental Perk podcast. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks, Erin, for having us.
So glad to have you here. Karla, I want to start with you. Tell me, what inspired you to start a podcast, and how did you even come up with the idea in order to make it a reality in the first place?
Yeah, so Brandi and I met when we were working with a nonprofit about over 10 years ago, and we were going around to schools and educating teens on suicide prevention. And so we were talking to them, and then Brandi and I thought, you know, we really need to talk more about mental health issues and make it on a bigger platform rather than being just in our community, really to go out on a national platform. And so we decided to start Mental Perk. And we came up with the name when we watched Friends, and you know Central Perk?
Yes.
100%. But that laid back environment where they're sitting on a couch having a conversation, that's what we wanted for mental health.
Yes.
And so we started the podcast.
You know what? I love that you pulled your inspiration from Friends, because who does not watch Friends? So so many people can identify with that. Now tell me though, because I'm sure there are a ton of challenges. We were just talking in the commercial break about how podcasting is so popular, but actually getting a podcast on air on a platform is extremely difficult. And so what challenges did you guys have to push through?
What challenge did we not push through, right? Everything. You know, when you come from an industry of counseling and then being an entrepreneur and a business owner, it's hard to go into something when it's social media. You got a lot of social media, you've got a lot of setting up, a lot of learning, a lot of, being taught how to act on the camera, how not to. So it's challenging. It's really challenging. It is.
I can only imagine. Okay, so what makes your show different, do you think, than others that are maybe in that same mental health space?
Yeah, what we really find interesting is I come from the professional perspective. As a licensed professional counselor, I'm bringing my experience through the work that I do.
Yeah.
Brandi's bringing her experience as her life experience. She provides our guests validation, and she really connects with them on a personal level because she's been through a lot of these things. Yeah. And so together, I think we really help to advocate for our guests and for people out there, and it helps people feel really comfortable.
You know what, speaking of your guests, what kind of stories have you heard or topics that have even come up?
Oh my gosh, we've got people that have suffered,
so many.
yeah, PTSD, veterans, you know, your first responders. We've got a lovely guest that suffered a TBI, traumatic brain injury, that died and came back.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, we've got stories of inspiration, hope, failures. It's just anything that's going to help someone push through a good or bad day.
They come through all walks of life because mental health doesn't discriminate.
It does not. Yeah. It does not. Anyone that really surprised you the most or stuck out as like your number one?
I think it was Patty, the one that died at a crash scene. They covered her with a white sheet, and she talks about when she passed, experiencing something out her body, and it's inspiration. And now she speaks all over the world about traumatic brain injury.
Wow. Yeah. I can only imagine, because I think it's one thing obviously for your listeners to be able to hear this story, but to be able to sit in the same room as her and feel her emotion. I mean, you guys are exposed also to a lot of different things when it comes to talking about mental health. So thank you for what you guys do as well. But my goodness, I can only imagine. Now tell me, why do you think this podcast matters so much right now? We were discussing the importance and the conversation around mental health.
There have been so many trends with mental health, and when we first got started, suicide was very prevalent. We were seeing the trends go up, and so we really wanted to focus on those things early on. But then as we opened the door and the pandemic happened, mental health just exploded.
Yes.
And so we really wanted to focus on normalizing that, getting to people know you're not alone in this, and we really want to be there to be able to bring some light and laughter to such a tough subject, as well as touch on the tears and bring out the hard stuff that people are challenged with every day.
You know, it's so funny that you mentioned the pandemic, because you're right, it really did explode in that moment. And so my question for you then is, how do you guys hope the conversation since then will evolve, maybe even in the next 10 years?
Oh my gosh, I think a lot of it is just doing what we're doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking on a platform where it normalizes it, because like she said, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor, what color you are. And so I think allowing people to normalize the strengths and the struggles in life, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Can I ask you, because I know you guys are collaborating and doing a bunch of things going forward, so any events or series that we need to be aware of?
Be on the lookout. September 4th, we're going to be doing a live with an audience.
Really?
And we'll have guests on there that'll be speaking about their experiences of hope and inspiration. And we're excited. You know, our ultimate goal is to be at a national level having our own talk show.
Wow. Well, you know what? I hope you guys get there, because you guys really are doing the groundwork now.
Thank
and
you.
shout out to you guys for being able to do your day jobs and then also do a podcast as well. Make sure that we know when September 4th, you said, right?
Yes, September 4th.
We'll mark your calendars at home, you guys, and then we'll discuss them. Or do you have somewhere where people can maybe check up on that and get tickets or anything if they want to be a part of the audience?
Just go to our website, mentalperk.org. It has all of our platforms on there. It'll give updates on our lives and any shows we have coming up from there.
And also our trainings that we do both in schools and corporate levels. So,
nice.
yes.
Okay. And then your podcast, what platforms can people find you guys?
Spotify, Apple, I mean, every platform out there.
Wherever you listen to
YouTube,
podcasts.
YouTube channel, find us on YouTube channel.
Oh, you guys record it too?
Yes.
Y'all will be national soon. Very, very good. So nice to meet you guys.
you
And
so
thank you for
much.
what
We
you're
appreciate
doing
you
for the
having
mental
us.
health
Thank you.
community.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.